Hello, Steve 89. Well, Meghan McCain had a bit to say about And Just Like That. And the cast actually addressed these comments when they went on Andy Cohen's Sirius XM show, or whatever the channel is called. Now, Meghan said the problem with the new series is the clumsy attempt to reformat the show into the woke and puritanical times we're living in. She said Carrie now plays the part of the cisgender woman on a podcast with a younger co-host. One of them is, of course, queer and non-binary, because it's so boring and unevolved to be a straight white woman. Clearly concerned about angering the wrong people, being politically incorrect, or not sufficiently progressive. Well, Meghan McCain has nothing positive to contribute to the world. All she does is attack people on the left because her right-wing base likes it. That's basically her job, is just to, and this is what her job was on The View for all those years, is to point out the opposite of all the rational and logical things and factual things that the other people would talk about on the show. She had to basically bring up the opposite side just for the sake of an argument and for the sake of causing drama. That was her role on the show. That's why she said you have people with different opinions arguing. That was the whole point of it. And that's all she's doing here. She's just attacking the show because she was a fan of the original. And Cythia Nixon pointed out something really important that people are forgetting. The show has been around now for over 20 years. So it's been seen in reruns. We're all familiar with it. We're comfortable with it. And people are forgetting how controversial it was when it first was on the air, how shocking it was, how much it pushed boundaries when it first aired. And people don't understand that that's what this show is doing. It's doing the same thing that the original show did. So that's why it is a worthy successor and is continuing the legacy of the original show. But unfortunately, all these people who watched it then when it was shocking and, everything, now are comfortable with it, and they're comfortable, and now they're sitting back in their little grandma chairs going like, oh my God, this new show, how dare it do this, how dare it do that, oh my God, it's got this person, that person, and because I'm not going to say any of the things that people are saying about these characters and that. I could give specific examples, but I don't want to because the algorithm doesn't understand sarcasm and quoting people and irony. So I'm not directly quoting any of the things, but what people are saying now, it's because they've got this old, comfortable attitude where they're used to the shows, they're familiar, and they're tame now. And now these new shows are upsetting these people, and these were the same sort of people who were upset by the original show, and the people who watched the show then would criticise those people for being prudes. Now they're the prudes 20 years later. So that's kind of funny. It's just sad because there's nothing wrong with the show. The show is great. I think they did try to cram too many characters in. I think adding maybe 2 characters to the cast might have been okay. You sort of had to replace Samantha on some level without actually just making a 4th member of the group, but that was room for that, and maybe another character, maybe a couple of partners for the main characters, but introducing 3 new characters, equaling the 3 original characters, does sort of overwhelm those characters, and there's times where I felt like their stories were suffering a little bit to tell the new people's stories, and I'm like, well, I like these people, but I'm not really here for them, I'm here for the girls. So that was the only thing I think that they did, was they tried to cram a bit too much, too many characters into the one season, and if they were going to do that, they should have really started out strong with them, and they just sort of had them as secondary for a while, and then they just sort of started to pop up with their own sort of scenes and that, and it wasn't it wasn't established in the first place how important the characters were, and it wasn't a progression, it just sort of happened. So that was a little bit clumsy, but that was the only issue I'd have with the whole show. And some of that might have come from losing some of the story points that they were going to have with Stanford and him passing, and I don't think anything else really happened besides his stuff that would have affected writing or rewriting of the scripts and that. But yeah, I just wanted to comment on what she said because I thought it was ridiculous what Meghan McCain said, and I'm glad that Cythia Nixon managed to basically, shut her down, not directly but indirectly after the fact, and basically saying this show originally was controversial and you don't want these characters to be the same people they were 20 years ago and not be in new situations and not be challenged or anything. You want to see these people struggle and have these problems and learn and grow. You don't want to see them just being the same person they were 20 years ago and repeating the same actions, because you may as well just watch the reruns. And it's just sad how many people aren't getting this. But then a bunch of people, it's not an issue about getting it. It's a matter of it's a political issue and they're going to attack the show because of their politics. And it's really that simple for some people. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.